Today I want to talk about simplifying your rig. So we have this horse here rolling down, and it's such a complex motion where there's a lot of stuff happening. And in this case, like stuff like this for like creatures, I'd probably do like the layering workflow rather than like pose to pose. And I'd probably use BasicOverRig scripts to simplify the rig. So as you can see, there's like a lot of stuff happening here, right? The tail, the legs, different body parts are hitting at different time on the floor. And he's rolling on his back as well, or her back. Yeah, today I'm going to do the demo on like really simplifying your rig so it works for you and you can just like animate very quickly rather than posing this in like step mode or something. Let's go ahead and grab everything that is IK, the pole vectors. Let's grab the pole vectors, the feet, and let's grab this main controller that moves the whole character. And I'm going to put a knot on this. I'm going to grab all of these legs and control select the root, and I'm just going to do inside. So now when I move this one, it will move the whole body except the tail. The tail is in world space, but that's fine for now. Okay, so let's grab all of this and let's just delete all the animation on it because I don't need it for now. So got that controller. Let's turn on our locators. Let's make these guys smaller, and let's make this main one a little bit bigger. As you can see, like it's easier for me to like pose this out whole character in this way, you know, where he falls down on his back. I have to use translation and rotation in that case, but I can even make it more simplified by changing the pivot points on this character. Okay, so notice how she's falling on her left, and I can put a locator somewhere here in the middle and a locator here and just animate one rotation. So instead of dealing with like translation, rotation, bunch of curves, I can only use one controller to move her down, her body down. And I can control that curve in the graph editor for my timing and like the ease in and outs. So let's grab that main one. I'm going to change the pivot point on this. So not offset. Let's go to world mode and let's bring it somewhere here in the middle. Okay. And I'm going to click an empty space on the viewport. Now, this is my new pivot point that moves the whole character. All right. And then here, while this is selected, I'm going to go in, click here, locator. It will give me a locator, and it's just going to be aligned to that one. I'm just going to drag this down here somewhere, and let's just zero out that rotation. And let's just put that to 0. So it's on the floor. Okay. Now I can grab this locator and then this one, and I can say inside. Now this is my new pivot point. I could have done the same thing using not offset there as well. So look, instead of animating rotation and translation, I can go here and just rotate this, and I have some motion, right? That's the first part of the animation. So whenever I'm working this way, I work in like sections. So let's work on the fall section. Boom, there. His butt is actually leading the motion there, but let's just get the mass first. We don't have to stick to the reference. Okay, so I'm going to set a Z key there. Let's go to the graph editor, go forward in time. Maybe 1 second. Let's drop him. Which way was he dropping? Oh, that way. Okay. Let's drop him right there. Okay. So that's the end point. Now, if I play this, it's going to look like a toy, like it's going to look very rigid. Let's play it. But working this way, I can see the timing. So it's definitely, it needs to like hit harder. I already know that, right? So let's just go here to the graph editor and let's just stretch this guy out. I'm using weighted tangents and just make this sharper. So watch this. More hang time at the top and then he hits harder. Maybe he can hit a little bit harder even more. So I'm trying to get a feel of the motion with minimal amount of controls, which is one curve. Make it hit earlier. Okay, so if I like that, I can do another not offset. So frame 31, it ends there, and I can just go here. Let's do a view. Let's do X-ray. So while this pivot point is selected, I can do another not offset. So let's just go not offset, and let's grab a new point where that skin is contacting the floor. So I'm going to keep rolling him until he's on his back with minimal amount of controls. Okay. Right there. Click an empty space on the viewport. Now I have another pivot point that I can work with. So after that, anything after 31, I can keep rolling him or her. Burp, burp. Now it feels very rigid because it's probably not very flowing very well. Let's look at this. I kind of want to freeze him a little bit there. Let's see. Let's slow that down. Can we do something like that? Let's see. Okay, that feels better. So he slows down. Let's go further. And now it feels like it's contacting the floor even more. By the way, if you want to see, if you have like a model that you want to see how it's like contacting better, you can always go to, if you have viewport 2, you can turn on this one, screen space ambient occlusion. And we can even make this higher. So we see the shadows. Okay, cool. Now, again, another not offset. And then we can keep rolling him from that position. So I clicked an empty space. Let's find the spot where it ends. And let's just bring this to 3 seconds. I'm animating at 30 frames per second. Let's get him in that position. Look at the graph editor. It's slowing down there. Okay, so I got the main motion. It looks very stiff, but it feels like I'm moving a toy around. So here magically the momentum speeds up a little bit. Let's see. So yeah, he goes on his back, waits, and then there's another movement here, which I need to convey that with the body. Let's just tone it down for now. Okay. So you can see those pivot points. Those are the points where it's contacting. Okay, that feels better. Okay, now look, I can go back to what I had before, right? I can go select this one, this main control that I had, and I can just bake that, and later on I can just delete all those temporary locators that I created. So, and this one too. So now I'm left with that point only again. And here at this point, like once I get this base motion, I can start animating different body parts. Like right here, the butt is like it's hitting very hard there. It hangs in air. His head goes down first. He secures himself here, putting his chin on the floor, which is like a key moment. Let's get that big mass there, right? So I'm going to go grab all of these back legs and let's just temporarily put them in world space. This is the nice thing about BasicOverRig scripts, where you can put things in different spaces. So I took it out. Now when I move this, it won't move. All right, so now these back feet, they are in world space. I'm going to grab this character's hips, the one that moves a lot of mass, and I'm just going to put a knot on that one, okay? The pelvis. Let's make that bigger. And now look, I can grab the ones that I just put in world. I can put them into pelvis space. So grab all of these, control, select the pelvis, and I'm going to do inside. Now, when I move this one, it will move the lower body. So now I can animate a different part using animation layers. Let's take a look at the reference. Yeah, the butt is, so he puts his face on the floor there, which is a really cool pose. And then the butt comes after. So let's get that motion in there where I want to show a lot of the weight hitting the floor. Add that to an animation layer and let's go frame 0, set a key there. I want to hang that butt a little bit more here. So I'm just going to counter animate it. And then here, right before that body hits the floor, I want to lead with this motion here. So I'm going to use translation and rotation to get some poses that I like. Let's put that in the floor. So I'm breaking down the animation a little bit more, his body parts. So when I'm doing layers, I'm looking for, like, what can I lead with? Can I follow? Can I drag things behind? So I'm breaking the motion. And I can start posing out, thinking about the feet here as well, because it's moving the feet as well. So I can layer the feet later on top of that. Let's see how that looks. I want to show some drag here. Let's drag it even more. And then it can hit the floor. So I'm trying to get that, like those little offsets after getting that main motion. So I'm not going to stick to the reference here. He's kind of like, I want to hit his belly first and then the hips. And these like little wobbles and stuff, I can do that towards the end here. We can get some kind of motion here like a playful puppy. Maybe that's too much. I'm going to add that to another animation layer. And let's get some more motion like this. Okay. So with this workflow, you can hide different body parts, but I don't really do that. I just focus on like one part at a time by just looking at it and ignoring the different body parts. Okay, so if I like that, I can just merge it and we can work on different body parts, which is the head area. I'm going to go, let's select, this one is moving the legs. Let's just use this one. So here I can also work pose to pose. Let's grab some main key poses that I like from the reference. Okay. Let's put that controller on a layer. So notice how I'm also like working outwards from the body. That down. Let's drag that head. And then when he hits the floor, maybe he can hit his head too. Let's add this to another animation layer and let's work on this section. So the feet are moving, wobbling. So maybe I can do an opposite where the feet go this way. I can drag the head this way. So yeah, I don't like that. You can see like the feet are not being affected. So I don't like that. I'm going to take those feet and just temporarily put it into world space and see if we can get some free motion by animating this main control. Okay, I'm going to put a knot on that guy, that main chest control. Let's make it bigger. And let's put all of that front feet inside the chest space. Inside. And now when I move this, it should move the legs as well. So I can get rid of that disconnection. Let's make this support that head. There's some weird stuff going on here. Okay. Yeah, I don't like... So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to delete all of this. I don't like that motion. And I'm just going to work on this one first and then that control that I did. I worked on it too early. So the workflow goes like this, where you work outwards from the body. So I should have animated three masses first. So 1, 2, and then 3. First bouncing ball, second bouncing ball, and the third bouncing ball. And then this can be the fourth. The tail can be 5. And I just work outwards from the body like that. Okay. Okay, so now I can animate this one. Add selected objects. Let's drag him this way. Okay, let's work on this section. Let's give some offset to the body. Maybe you can curl in a little bit. Yeah, I like that. And I like it, I like working this way because like it's affecting the lower legs as well. So it gives me some motion on the legs as well that I can work for free. Let's keep them alive. All right, if I like that, merge it, and then we can do another layer here where he's moving this way side to side. So let's look at the legs. He can go the opposite way. Yeah. Look how much motion I got for free, right? And I only animated 3 controllers. Now the head is going into the floor there. We can just fix that by just working outwards from the body again. And look, I'm going to do a bake, source, and delete now. So check this out. I'm going to do a bake, source, and delete. And now look, it baked, it got rid of all of the locators, and it just baked my animation back to on the rig. And look how much motion I got for free. These are all in IK, right? So here, let's start animating. Let's animate this controller. I like this one. Add it to an animation layer. And then you can even start just adding more overlap to the body. It looks more alive when you offset things. Let's work on the head. That's the jaw. Let's work on this control. And you can just keep layering and layering. And check this out, right? Now my legs are like this. When I move this main controller now, it should move the whole body, and the legs are in IK, and I can even add these into an animation layer and just add, like break down this motion even more. Because I already got free motion from the hips. Now I'm just working towards, I'm working outwards, so I can just offset different body parts. Like these are all moving at the same time, these feet, right? I can like put these into world space, which they are already in world space, but let's just put a locator on them. Now, if I want to delay this foot, notice how these are all moving at the same time, right? If I want to delay some motion, I can just select one of them, and I can just offset this curve 1, 2 frames. So watch this. So I broke down the motion even more. You can do this as well. You can use aim constraints. You can put things into world space. BasicOverRig scripts. It's an amazing script. So yeah, let's offset it 1 more frame so you really see it. And yeah, just like you're sculpting something, you just get the broad shapes first and then you add details. So in this case, you know, the tail would be like some detail, right? We can get some poses on the tail as well. Let's get some poses. Drag that tail, hits the floor. Right. So that tail, I moved all of the controllers at the same time. But if I want to break that tail even more down, I can come to a spot here where it kind of looks straight. Let's grab this pose here. I can do an aim constraint and just bring this aim constraint, the top ones, somewhere around here. And if I hit right arrow on my keyboard, it will select the side ones. I can grab the side ones, pull it to the side, click an empty space, and now I can use this offset here, this blue one, and it will offset it like this. So there will be delays. Right. Let's do 100 frames.